Hi students, in last class we started introduction of the sense organs. I given some small homework also. And today class we are going to went a detail the structure of the sense organs. How they are very useful to our body. So today we are going to discuss the structure of the eye. The structure of the In last class we discussed how it is important to our body. Eye is a very sensitive part in our body. A very sensitive part in our body. That's why our eyelids always it will move up and down to protect the eye from the dust and the harmful organisms. In the eye there will always the moisture should be there. If any dust particles is there, it will clean it. So if any dust or the harmful substances enter into the eyes, we will immediately close our eyes. So the dust will go away from the eye in the form like tears. Small nitrogenous waste materials will go away from the tears. So this eye is looking like externals. So eye access, lips is there, some small eyebrow is there in the eyes. So it's protected. But the real eye is inside the head. Inside. Just we are looking just 1 by 4/6 of the 1 by 4/6 of the eye and the external. But the remaining eye is the inside. It's a very big, only 1 by 6 portion we are looking external. But the remaining parts is there exerts in the insides. So this eye consists of, there are 3 layers is there, main 3 layers. What are the main 3 layers of the eye? The first one is sclera. First one is sclera. The second one is choroid layer. Sclera and the second one is choroid layer. The third one is retina. Sclera is the outermost layer. Sclera is the outermost layer. It have a thick, tough and fibrous. So it's a non-elastic. It's a white color structure. We going to see the white color structure in the eye. That is nothing but sclerotic layer, sclera. So can we draw a simple rough diagram of the eye? So it consists of these are optic nerve connected to the brain. Optic nerve connected to the brains. You can see some the outer color part is called as sclera. The next part is choroid layers. Fovea. So many parts is there. Fovea, retina, and cornea, aqueous chamber. Aqueous chamber, and this is a vitreous chamber. Pupil, see the pupils. You can see the pupils and the lens. Lens is there, iris is there. Nowadays, iris are identification of marks in the Aadhaar card. So they are taking iris. One iris is not similar to another iris. So thumb impression was there, but nowadays iris also taking identifying marks. There are so many blood vessels is there inside the eye. This is the small rough diagram of eyes. It consists of three layers. One is sclera. The outermost layer, it have a thick and tough, thick and tough. It's a fibrous, non-elastic. It's a white color structure is present. This white color structure is called as sclera. This sclera bulges and form cornea. Sclera bulges and form cornea. And this sclera, in the sclera there are so many like blood vessels is there. In the sclera there are so many blood vessels here are inbuilt. So they also need oxygenated blood. Eye also we can see there are so many red color structure in the eye. In the white color structure you can see the white color small blood vessels. So this sclera finally connected to the optic nerves. Finally, this optic nerve carry message to the brain. Optic nerve carry message to the brain. This is about the sclera. And the next part is called as choroid layers. So in this choroid layer, we can see the pupils, we can see the iris, we can see the lens also. There are so many pupils, lenses, and iris also we can see in the choroid layers. In the choroid layer, we can see there are some muscles also, like ciliary muscles, like circular muscles. Muscles also is there in the eye. What are the muscles? Ciliary muscles and circular muscles is there. Because of this muscles, it's going up and down, Muscles is there in the eye, in the choroid layers. Mostly in choroid layer, there are two chambers is there. One is aqueous chamber and the second one is vitreous chambers. Aqueous chambers and vitreous chambers. Actually, this aqueous chamber is filled with the water. Aqueous chamber is filled with the water. But the vitreous chambers is filled with the fluid substances. This is about the choroid layer. First layer is called as sclera, and the second layer is called as choroid layers. Next up is sclera. The last one is retina. In retina, we can see there are two types. One is rods and another one is cones. Rods and cones. We can see there are blind spot, no vision, yellow spot, best visions. We can see the retina, blind spot, no visions, and yellow spot, best vision in the retina. So we can see what is the rods and cones. What is the function of this eye? So we can see one substances with the two eyes. It is called as binocular visions. Binocular visions. What is binocular vision? When you look at this with one eye, also you can see the one substances. But even though we can see the two eyes, we are not going to see the two substances but we are going to see the one vision. That is nothing but it's a binocular vision. I think it's there in higher classes. So when one with the same manners, this substances will fall in the retina backsides. So it will this images will fall in the retina in the reverse direction. In the reverse directions. So after that, what happens? It will be converted in the right directions. In the brain, it will be analyzed finally. The brain will be analyzed finally. Finally, we are going to see the substances. But when we see the substances will fall on the retina, it is in the reverse direction. I think it will explain clearly in the physics classes. I think. Okay, in higher classes, in 10th class, I think everything is there. How it will fall, what is biconvex, what is concave, what is convex, how the mirror will fall in the eye, how the inverted mirror will form, how it will be converted into the brains, everything will be explained detailedly in the higher classes. So actually the substances will, the object will in the form of reverse image will fall in the retina, then it will be converted in the brains. You can see the clear pictures. This is about the, so three layers. That is, one is sclera, and the second one is choroid, and the third one is retina. Simply when they ask these questions, write about three layers of this. We should write the sclera, choroid and retina, draw the diagram and simply explains. Next one is, so what is the rods and cones? What is the rods and cones? There are so many rods and cones is present in the eye. So they look like rod shape, and some cells are look like a cone shape. In the eye, actually there are 7 millions of cones is there. 7 millions of cones. This cone cells is called as iodopsin. 7 millions of cones is there. So they can detect the blue color, red colors, lights. So these nerves impulses will send to the brains. Rods. Actually, rods are around 125 millions of rods is there in our eyes. 125 millions of rods is present in our eyes. This rod cells is called as rhodopsin. They detect the low intensity of light. Even the dark we are going to see because of rods is present in our eyes. In the light we can detect the cones. Cones are detecting the lights. Low intensity of light is detected by the rods. These are the cones and rods. So eye is a very important organ. It's very sensitive parts in our body. There are 3 layers is there. One is sclera, another one is choroid layers, and the last one is retina. In the retina, we can see some rods and cones. So these rods and cones are very useful to detect of the lights. So what happens, for example, if you enter into the sunlight, very huge light is there, what happens? Can you see the light directly through our eyes? When you see the sunlight directly, what happens? Immediately, without our information, we will close our eyes. The light, when falls directly on the eyes, it cannot detect directly. We cannot see sunlight directly. We cannot see direct 100 watts of bulbs, 2000 watts of bulb directly. So this eyes will close immediately to protect from the sunlight. It will be damaged. That's why the lenses will be damaged. So if you go to enter in the dark room, can we see anything in the dark room? What happens? We cannot see. After a few minutes, what happens? So this, the pupil size is going to started increasing. When you enter into the dark room, the pupil size is going to increase. After a few minutes, we are able to see the substance around us. When you come away from the dark room, from the sunlight, even though we cannot see suddenly, so what happens? The pupil size is going to decrease. It is an involuntary movements will take place in the eye of the pupils. Eye of the pupils. What is involuntary and voluntary movement? They are not in our control. I think already we discussed what is voluntary movements and what is involuntary movements. So these pupils are in involuntary movements. When you enter into the dark room, the pupil size will be increased. When you come away from the dark room into the sunlight, the pupil size will be decreased. No need to see light. No need to see like this in the where the plenty of light is there. But in the dark room, we have to stretch out the pupils. We need more increase of the pupils. Okay, these are the very important structure. The structure of the eye, diagram, and the explanations. And what is rods and cones? The cells present in the cones is called as rhodopsin. There are 7 billions of cones is there. The cells present in the rods is called as rhodopsin. There are 125 billions of rods is there in our eyes. 125 billions of rods. So okay students, today homework. So draw the diagram of eye and explain it. And write what is cones, iodopsin, 7 billions, rods, 125 billions.